Do women really want a 12-inch penis? It's a question that comes up all the time, from dinner parties to social media and especially in the bedroom. But here's the truth. What women actually want may surprise you. In this video, I'm going to break down the real research behind penis size preferences. We'll look at what women choose in the privacy of their own lives, not just what they say they want. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what women actually prefer, and more importantly, you'll see why you are more than enough just as you are. Stay tuned and let's dive into the facts. Penis size has been a hot topic for decades. From movies to social media, the assumption is clear: bigger is better. This narrative is constantly reinforced by jokes, advertisements, and even porn, where extreme sizes are the norm. But the truth is far from what the media portrays. Many men feel insecure or even inadequate, constantly chasing a size that they believe is the ideal. The fact is, these exaggerated size expectations don't line up with real-world preferences. When we shift the focus from media to real-world behavior, the narrative changes. Studies on sex toy sales give us a more accurate reflection of women's preferences. The data shows that the most commonly purchased vaginal toys are between 4 to 6 inches in length. This is incredibly telling, as it reflects a preference for comfort and practicality. These measurements align closely with the average size of a naturally erect penis, not the extremes that media often glorifies. The myth of extreme size undermines the reality of intimacy. When it comes to sexual satisfaction, comfort and connection take precedence. The research shows that girth and comfort matter more to women than the length of the toy or penis. In fact, some women prefer average sizes for the ability to enjoy deeper intimacy and connection without feeling discomfort or pain. When women choose what works for their own bodies, without social pressure or judgment, the decision is clear. Studies show that when given the choice, women overwhelmingly opt for toys that are closer to the average size, particularly in length and girth. The focus is not on extremes, but on what feels pleasurable, intimate, and comfortable for them. Ultimately, sexual satisfaction is about confidence and connection, not size. When a man is confident in his body, his partner feels more relaxed and connected. The research supports that intimacy is about more than just physical measurements. Emotional intimacy, trust, and comfort are the real keys to a fulfilling sexual experience. The focus on extreme penis size is often shaped by movies, media, and pornography, but real-world preferences are quite different. Researchers have gone beyond toy sales to look at actual realistic dildos from the top adult retailers. The results reveal something quite telling. The average length of the most popular dildos is about 6.5 inches, slightly above the average erect penis size of 5 to 6 inches. This shows that while some women may be curious about something a bit longer than average, they're not seeking extremes. This reflects a desire for variety and exploration, but not for excessive sizes. The majority of women choose modest increases over going for something drastically larger. A common assumption is that women want something dramatically larger than average. However, when looking at the data from top adult retailers, we see that realistic lengths, closer to 6 inches, are consistently among the best-selling. These sizes offer variety without pushing the boundaries into extremes. In fact, modest increases in length seem to provide just the right amount of novelty without going too far beyond what feels comfortable and natural. This shows us that sexual satisfaction is not necessarily about pushing limits. It's about finding what feels right for the body. Women gravitate towards toys that give them the most comfortable experience with exploration in mind. It's clear from the research that length isn't the end-all be-all for women when it comes to sexual satisfaction. Along with length, girth plays a critical role. Many women prefer toys and experiences that balance length with a comfortable, fuller girth. The combination of moderate length and natural girth is what delivers the most satisfying experience, as it mimics the feeling of an average erect penis more closely. This tells us that women care about comfort and pleasure more than extremes in size. Toys with a larger girth but a more modest length tend to be less popular because they create more discomfort than satisfaction. While there's some curiosity about longer sizes, it's important to note that most women don't seek extremes. They might try something a little longer than average, but very few go for the exaggerated sizes that are so prevalent in the media. The data points to a desire for realistic exploration, not excessive size. Women are more likely to experiment within the realm of what feels natural and manageable. This highlights the difference between curiosity and satisfaction. Women are interested in what will enhance pleasure, but it's not about finding the biggest or the longest. The research reveals a powerful truth. Most women choose moderate-sized options when it comes to dildos and other insertables. This choice reflects a broader preference for comfort, satisfaction, and intimacy, not extremes. If you fall within the average size range, you're more than capable of providing the pleasure and satisfaction that most women seek. Remember, it's not about chasing extremes. It's about finding balance, comfort, and emotional connection. This is the foundation of true intimacy. While penis size often gets the spotlight in conversations about sexual satisfaction, the truth is that emotional connection plays a far more significant role in intimacy. For many women, feeling safe, respected, and emotionally connected to their partner is far more important than the size of his penis. Emotional intimacy creates a foundation for physical intimacy that size simply can't match. When partners communicate openly, engage in meaningful touch, and make each other feel valued, the experience becomes far more fulfilling than any physical measurement. A deep emotional bond leads to better sex, greater trust, and stronger feelings of sexual fulfillment. Size doesn't define the depth of connection. Sexual pleasure is a holistic experience, not just about the physical sensations. While size may play a role in certain aspects, it's not the whole picture. Women often prioritize foreplay, intimacy, and partner responsiveness over size. Kissing, touch, and verbal communication build anticipation and enhance physical pleasure. A woman's body is complex, and sexual satisfaction often comes from more than just vaginal penetration. Clitoral stimulation, oral sex, and the quality of the emotional experience are all key components of sexual pleasure. That means a partner who is attuned to her needs will always provide better satisfaction than someone who focuses solely on size. When choosing sexual partners or sex toys, women overwhelmingly prioritize comfort and fit over size. The research on sex toy sales shows that comfort and practical fit are essential factors. In fact, the toys that women prefer most are those that are neither too large nor too small. They focus on what feels right for their body rather than the size of the object. The right fit promotes relaxation and ease, which are necessary for pleasurable experiences. An overly large or uncomfortable object can cause pain, tension, and stress, making it difficult to enjoy the moment. Comfort, therefore, directly affects the level of pleasure and intimacy a woman experiences during sex. Confidence in a man's ability to satisfy his partner is more attractive than any measurement on a ruler. A partner who is confident, attentive, and engaged in the moment is far more likely to provide satisfying sex than one who is insecure about his size. Women tend to be more turned on by emotional intelligence, communication, and a sense of connection. Size becomes irrelevant when a man is focused on pleasing his partner through patience, affection, and presence. A confident lover understands the importance of making his partner feel desired and appreciated, which contributes much more to the experience than physical size ever could. In the end, size is just one part of the equation, and it's not the most important one. Satisfaction comes from a blend of factors: emotional connection, physical pleasure, communication, and mutual respect. Women desire intimacy that is satisfying on a deeper level, not simply through physical attributes. What matters most is how you treat her, how well you communicate, and your willingness to understand and meet her needs. Ultimately, the right kind of intimacy comes from trust, patience, and listening, all qualities that are far more significant than any physical measurement. When it comes to real-life preferences, the freedom to choose is key. Women are not bound by social norms or unrealistic standards when selecting what works best for their bodies. Whether it's choosing a partner or a sex toy, women's preferences are often based on comfort, fit, and personal satisfaction, not on media-driven ideals of size. In private, when there is no pressure to conform to external expectations, women overwhelmingly choose what feels best for them. Realistic sizes, generally between 5 to 6 inches, remain the most popular choices as they reflect comfort, satisfaction, and ease of use, not extreme measurements. This reinforces the idea that women prioritize what works for their body, rather than striving for an unattainable size. Research consistently shows that women's choices, whether in partners or toys, are largely driven by comfort and pleasure, not size. Most women prefer moderate or average sizes because they allow for greater ease and pleasure. Too large or too small can lead to discomfort or unsatisfactory experiences. The body's response to intimacy is more about how a partner engages emotionally and physically. Whether it's a toy or a lover, women seek fit, sensitivity, and connection above anything extreme. When it comes to intimacy, satisfaction is about the right balance, not pushing limits. Personal fit is a huge factor in sexual satisfaction. This doesn't just apply to sex toys, but also to real-life partners. Real-world preference is often more about how well a partner or toy fits, rather than how long or large it is. The ability to connect emotionally and physically with a partner is key to satisfying experiences. A comfortable fit allows for more relaxation and intimacy, both of which lead to better sexual satisfaction. In fact, toys with average lengths, 5 to 6 inches, and realistic girth are chosen more often because they fit better, providing both pleasure and comfort during use. When it comes to private decisions like selecting a partner or choosing a toy, women overwhelmingly pick options that feel natural and comfortable. The decision-making process is less influenced by media portrayals and more by what works for their body. In fact, even in sexual exploration, women prioritize modest sizes that provide a comfortable experience rather than large extremes. This choice reflects a clear preference for intimacy that's about pleasure and ease, not about chasing a fantasy. The real-life choices women make, both in partners and toys, support the notion that average is often the most desirable. Ultimately, the most important takeaway is that comfort trumps size. Whether it's a partner's physical attributes or a sex toy, women's choices are driven by what feels good for their body. Average sizes fit best, providing optimal satisfaction without the need for extremes. When it comes to real intimacy, size doesn't matter as much as how connected and comfortable you feel. The real secret to a fulfilling relationship and sexual experience is not about measurements. It's about creating a space for emotional connection and mutual satisfaction. When it comes to sexual satisfaction, the biggest factor isn't size, it's confidence. A confident partner, who is secure in his body and his abilities, is far more attractive than someone who is fixated on their size. Confidence translates into positive energy, attentiveness, and a willingness to be present, which are all essential for creating a satisfying experience. Confidence also leads to better communication. A man who is confident in himself can openly communicate about desires, boundaries, and needs, making the sexual experience more fulfilling for both partners. Confidence doesn't just make sex better, it makes the emotional connection deeper, leading to stronger intimacy and more pleasurable experiences overall. Intimacy is built on connection, not physical attributes. Women care more about emotional intimacy, mutual respect, and emotional vulnerability than about the size of a man's penis. When a man focuses on being attentive, caring, and present, the emotional bond deepens, making physical intimacy far more satisfying. True intimacy comes from making your partner feel valued, cherished, and safe, and that leads to better sex. Women are more likely to feel satisfied and fulfilled when the sexual encounter is built on trust and emotional connection. It's the intimate moments, the whispered words, the physical touch, and the emotional bond that contribute to a fulfilling sexual relationship. Sexual confidence comes from emotional security. Women who feel emotionally safe with their partner are more likely to be open and engaged in the experience. The knowledge that a partner is attentive, kind, and genuinely cares about her satisfaction builds sexual confidence and trust. When a man shows confidence in his ability to give his partner what she needs emotionally, it encourages her to fully engage in the sexual experience. This emotional safety creates an environment where she feels comfortable, secure, and free to explore intimacy without feeling judged or rushed. One of the most powerful aspects of intimacy is presence. A man who is truly present, who isn't distracted, anxious, or focused on his own insecurities, is far more attractive and fulfilling as a lover. Presence means giving your partner your undivided attention, responding to her needs, and being fully involved in the experience. Presence enhances not just physical pleasure, but emotional connection, as it signals to your partner that she is valued and worthy of your attention. Being attentive, patient, and gentle in your approach leads to a deeper emotional bond and more fulfilling physical intimacy. Size becomes irrelevant when both partners are truly present and engaged with one another. True confidence comes from understanding and knowledge. Men who educate themselves about their partner's needs, desires, and bodies are more confident in providing satisfaction. Being attentive, curious, and open to learning about what feels good to your partner shows that you're not focused on your own insecurities, but on her satisfaction. Learning and understanding what makes intimacy fulfilling for both of you is a key part of building lasting confidence. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present, compassionate, and willing to grow. When you focus on building emotional intimacy and communication, your confidence will naturally grow, and your partner will feel more loved, connected, and appreciated.